Hello farmers, welcome back to East Vineland. Time to spend this $750,000 we got sitting in our bank account. You know, it's kind of interesting that we got to pay interest on money that we loan, but we don't earn any interest on the money that we have in the bank. Kind of interesting, but that's whatever. Feeding the pigs, almost all the pig food that I currently have, I breezed through winter, just focus on selling stuff. I kind of neglected the pigs. They had no food, so they should be really, really good now on the food. I mean, the trough should be almost completely full. And, yeah, almost full. Yeah, you can see their health is down to 0. Not good. But they'll be fine. They'll be getting back on up there. So, I also, in between episodes, I did go ahead and smooth out the land in between here and our new barley field. I couldn't remember if smoothing the terrain would destroy the crops, but it doesn't. One thing it does do, though, and I knew it destroyed something. So any material that's on the ground, like leftover grass, like these grass swaths, it'll destroy those and eliminate those. And also some manure. You can see the manure pile was out to here, and I was smoothing out the terrain in here for some reason. I don't know why I was trying to, but either way, it will destroy your manure heaps. And so anything that's basically left on the ground, but not the crops in the ground. But a lot better through here. The terrain is a lot better. No big, dips or whatever. And we can go ahead and feed our pigs. That is almost all of our pig food, by the way. And we only got another 100,000 liters of sugar beet or so to be processed in the fuel refinery. So we're not going to get that much more pig food for the year. So, yeah, I've been, for like the last 15 minutes, I've been looking at sheds and what I want to do with this $750,000. And the first one I'm going to do is the field right in front of us. This one right here. I've been wanting to buy this one to merge to our other field. Well, since this is the last year that we're going to be here, it is time to buy that land. And the good news is, when I checked on it, we do have a 25% discount. So we can buy the land for $461,506. And we're going to go ahead and buy that right now. Boom. The farm is expanding. Oh, yeah, and Frank Jr. is up here. He's continuing to pick up the stones in the upper part of field number 67 currently. So that gets us down to $311,000. Now, you may be saying, I thought you were going to buy the property across from where the chickens are. I thought about that, but I wanted to buy more farm land. I still got space behind our garage where we repair stuff, and I got the shed that we're going to use, and it's going to fit, I think, all of our trailers that we need to, and it's a cheap, well, when I say cheap, it's $150 some odd thousand, but still, for what we need to do, it'll park all of our trailers, including the big sugar beet cutter. So, let's come back here. We don't have to buy any land for this. We may actually have to, you know what, let me drop off this trailer for a second. I may actually have to grab our wood chipper, and I think we're going to chip down these trees here, just to give us a little bit more room. But the shed's going to fit right where the TA is right now. So, and this birch tree has been in my way ever since well, it's not like I use this that often. The tree devour. Every time I come back here, it's just in the way. Is the pipe out? I know it sounds kind of weird because there is no pipe, but it's there. And now the stump is gone as well. Sorry, dear, we're taking away some of your trees. That tree, I think we'll leave there. Now, let me get this out of the way, but we'll leave this on just in case I want to eliminate it. Alright, we, of course, got to go into construction. Sheds. Where is it? This one right here. Yes. Solar panels on top. Earn us a little bit extra cash, of course. And we are just going to put it in just like so. But I just want to get it somewhat lined up with the other shed if I could. There we go. So we're going to bring our trailers in this way. I do believe there should be enough room for everything. We'll find out in a little bit. And that tree is not really in the way at all. So I think we can go ahead and put the tree devourer away for now. And the first thing we're going to grab is the mother bin, the sugar beet cutter. I've also been looking around at the fields for crop rotation, and I completely forgot all the fields what I was doing, so I have to do it again. But where we just bought the new field, that's going to have to be merged with the other field. That I do know will be the sugar beet field for the upcoming season. Now let's grab the walkabout mother bin. So we do have, of course, a barley field that's down by the pigsty. So that'll be good to, you know, get enough grain to feed the chickens. I hope this doesn't take up as much room. It was kind of hard to judge when you're trying to figure out what a shed can hold and can't hold. But this should fit in here. I don't want to say no problem. Oh yeah, we're going to have plenty of room for all of our trailers. This will be looking good. And of course, the good thing about this shed and the way we're placing it, it's a drive-through. So hooray for that. Oh, that looks, it's nice to kind of get that out of the way. So eventually, you know, maybe once we get all of our fields taken care of, we'll come in here and then start doing some landscaping, some training, putting down some trees, what have you. I think it'll look rather good. All right, so the next thing we need is our Mack truck. And I'll say one thing. It didn't seem like the sheep's milk was doing rather well throughout most of the series, but now they produce so much milk, I leave the tanky here just to keep refilling because I keep getting the notice like, hey, there's no more room for sheep's milk. I'm like, again? Really? Yeah, again, really. The one tanker I'm going to leave out is the diesel tanker because we're going to be selling that. The price is really good and we got a lot of diesel to sell. I don't need the grain trailer for anything. So let's go ahead and put that away. The cover, I think you would actually leave the cover off. That way air can get to it and nothing, you know, mold and stuff like that won't grow into your grain trailer. I think if you're storing your trailer, yeah, you don't want the tarp over it. At least that's what I would think. But what I think is not always accurate, right? We know that by now. And we can park that right there. And you can see we got plenty more room for 2 more tankers on the side of this. And then if I need to, I can always park them back to back. I could back in trailers from the other side and go back to back. So we got plenty of room there. So this shed is full. That shed there's got a little bit more room left. So that's all good. So yeah, we are down to $159,000, but we're not done spending yet. I do want to buy something else, but I don't have the cash for it. So yeah, that's where selling the diesel comes into play. And we got about $100,000. Is $100,000 going to be enough to buy what I want to? Well, we're about to find out because I forgot the price of what I want to buy. And what is it? Well, I'm going to keep it a secret because I don't want to say it just yet, although probably every time I do this, I say I'm going to keep it a secret throughout the video. And then what do? I make it the thumbnail, so we'll see. But anyways, the diesel price right now is actually really, really good. So if we go down to our time-saving stock check, where's the diesel? So yeah, of course we're drawing some out, but we should get, the current price is $12.79, and the max price is showing at $12.50, so we can't complain there. And yeah, we should get a good amount of money for that. We just got to go ahead and bring it on down to the sell point. This will hold 60,000 liters. Yeah, so we almost may take a full tanker. Get all the money. So, you know, let's just go ahead and see how much I need. So, yeah, I want to buy a tractor today. And it's actually going to be a John Deere 6R. Where is that thing? The 6R 233. So, it's only going to be, I don't want to say only going to be, we'll say 234,000. Yeah, we should be able to afford that, just barely. Getting into the tractor on the farm is going to be kind of key. Because we're picking up stones, which Frank Jr. is doing in the class. We could use the John Deere to plow a field, and we can use the T8 to start planting some fields. We do have, of course, the John Deere 710, but that really is going to be probably doing the soil sampling over here. But that'll be all of our money spent, and then, of course, we can go ahead and keep on doing what we do during the year to bring in the cash. I still need to buy the windrower for the grass fields. But that's not going to be really key for like the first cut or whatever. As long as we get it done sometime, probably at the end of the last cut, which would be like, is it October we get to the last cut? Somewhere around there. Yeah, that seems about right. So, you know, getting the wind drawer for the first cut just to clean up the field, because it's not going to make that much a necessity, because it's going to happen again, where we use the mower and we leave little bits behind. Oh, brakes are on, but I'm not stopping. Tear down the fence. There we go. Diesel weighs a lot. Now I'm stuck. Good job, Peanut. You've done that many times. Coming in hot, and you came in too hot. All right, now I got to spin around. There we go. And now we got to go over the sell point. Where is it? There it is. The rest of the diesel, I should have some diesel left in stock, right? Yeah, so I got some in stock, and of course there's like about maybe 3,000 liters in our own tank where we fuel up our tractors and such. So as long as we get enough here, it looks like we're going to. Also got to look into selling some pigs, because I think we got way too many pigs. All right. 6R, where are you? There you are. 6R for 233, and yep, I don't need to upgrade the engine. It's 280 horsepower. I could get it up to a 300 for an extra 10,000. Sure, why not? You know, why not? More horsepower can always be helpful. So there's the John Deere 6R. We're going to put that right to work here very soon. So we'll have to plow the new field and then, of course, create fields by merging those two fields together. I don't think the field needs to be plowed, but it has stones in it. In order for me to get the stones up from our previous farmer, we need to plow the fields. Now we can go ahead and park this tanker back into the new shed. Get the yard kind of cleaned up. And we'll grab the 6R and get to plowing the new field and merging the fields together. And that's going to be, like I said, all sugar beet this upcoming season. The crop rotation, I do know for last year we had barley in this field. That's the field coming up on the right-hand side. It was corn and then barley. Crop rotation for sugar beet, it's not good. It's not bad. It's even. It's a even 1.0 rating. So it's not going to hurt us, but it's not going to benefit us either. But all the rest of the fields really suck for sugar beet. So, yeah, we got to do some landscaping around here. Paint this grass into, like, I think we're putting gravel in around here. Actually, I could make the thumbnail this shed and where we're putting the trailers. There, now the yard is cleaned up again. And actually, you know what? Let's go grab the other tanker for the sheep's milk. Just so we can see how everything fits in there. Let's go ahead and close up the tanker. Sneak on out of here. Oh wow, so we're down to $12,000 left in the bank account. Alright. And I gotta buy fertilizer and seed. Ooh, it's gonna be kind of tough. Someone didn't think that through all the way, did I? No, not really. I think we're gonna be somewhat okay. I think there's seed left in the tanks. And if need be, now that I got another tractor, I'm pretty sure there's contracts for maybe fertilizing some fields. We could always do that. And actually the Mack truck might as well be parked right in this shed as well, because it's right with all the tankers. Might as well just call it home right here for now. I'm just trying to see if I were to get more tankers, which I don't plan to. But I think I would have enough room, kind of. So this is the middle of the shed. So, I mean, I could move those tankers forward a little bit. But yeah, we could always, you know, back up more tankers and grain trailers if need be. That is looking pretty darn good. Of course, everything is snug in here. It looks kind of open because a lot of our stuff is outside right now. And I wonder, yeah, I could actually probably fold that up and put that in the shed as well. Here and there. Let's come over to this field. And let me just double check on the crop rotation here. I think it was wheat I want to put in this field. This is the, so it was barley, then sugar beet. Oh, that's the wrong button. So barley, then we had sugar beet. So barley, sugar beet, so wheat would give us a good bonus. So would canola, but canola doesn't help us out that much. Corn actually, okay, so maybe it was corn in this field I was thinking of. 1.1. And, of course, sugar beet is not good at all. So corn would go into this field. And corn we cannot plant until next month. Yeah, next month. So corn in this field. So I know it's going to be sugar beet in that field. So let's go ahead and do what I said I was going to do, which was grab the John Deere. Head up back to the farm, we'll grab the subsoiler and merge those two fields together. And then probably get a worker started on plowing. Actually, I'll probably have them plow the field first, because I can put it on course play and it'll take care of the whole field first. Then I'll merge the fields together. If I merge the fields together, then send on course play is going to want to do both fields, and I don't need both fields plowed. At least I don't think so. Hang on a second. I mean, I'm pretty sure it doesn't need to be plowed. Yeah, it doesn't need to be plowed at all, but in order to get those stones up in the new field, it will need to be plowed. So, let's go get the plow. And I keep saying plow, so I'll stop saying plow. Let's go grab the implement and get a worker started on taking care of the field. I don't want to say the P word anymore. Took me a second to find the plow, but it was up where Frank Jr. was at the sugar beet field, where he's picking up the stones. The first thing I'm going to do, though, I am going to merge the two plots of field together. So that way, when I do course play, it'll see it as one field. And it'll make it a little bit easier for them to go around and get the field done at a better pace. Full of weeds, but that doesn't matter. Then we'll grab the other John Deere. I do believe my soil sampler is still on that one. Okay, turn off allow to create fields. We don't need the beacons anymore since we're in a field and off the road. Still a few more implements I would need to buy, but I think now we're all set with tractors and trucks. But a couple more things I would like to buy. Let's go into here, of course. Yep, save game is always good. Thank you very much. And then, of course, we want to create a job. We are down here, starting this corner. And with the subsoiler, I'm going to do 3. Yeah, 3 headlands. And then, of course, get them started. And then hire a worker. Just like Francesca. She'll get the job done. Let me hop on out here. So this field, since we bought it now, crop rotation is just going to say fallow and fallow. So sugar beet is going to do just fine here. Let's jump over to the 710. Nope, wrong one. Yep, 710. Oops, I got to get on that. And then 710. Alright, we need some soil samples. So we gotta bring up the map. Ah, that's much better. We don't have a big dip here going in and out. I need to get down here and fertilize this field before the crop grows. Or if it does grow, then we'll just have to get the Class Arion out and put narrow tires on it and then come on down and fertilize it. Of course, our grass fields need to be fertilized this month as well. Yeah, I need to look at some contracts that they get 1 or 2 done. I don't think we need that much money for... Well, fertilizer does cost quite a bit. I don't know how much I got in the tank. Seed can cost somewhat, but it's not that expensive. Yeah, I'll have to see what we got for contracts and maybe get them done. Now with another tractor on the farm, we can get our own farm work done while getting some contracts done. And now the only reason why I'm doing the contracts is because, well, I kind of need the money now. I don't think I got much left to sell. It's kind of funny now that I'm using this subsoiler here after using the one on Hinterland, that mod. That's funny. Yeah, if you saw the soil sampler we're using there, it's the same setup and everything. But that soil sampler takes a sample within seconds. When I say seconds, it's actually like a second. And you can get different models that cover a bigger range. Like the step-up model from this one, the soil sample area will be bigger than the circle in the bottom left-hand corner. You actually have to get the bigger map on out. Yeah, in that mod, you got the standard one. It would be the same as we're using here. Then you got what I would call the small, to where, yeah, it would cover more than the circle down in the bottom left-hand corner. Then you got the medium one, and then you got the large one. And if we use the large one on East Vineland, I think I could probably get the whole map done in like maybe, I don't know, I would say 10 samples, maybe less. Seems that way, but... See, what is the score in this field? The score in this field cannot be that good. A 23. That's rough. That is rough. The score on the pH and the fertilizer, I don't think are going to change until we harvest the field. But we can get the score up on the soil sampling. We can do the weed control. And of course, when we direct drill, which I don't think we can direct drill until... Is sugar beet in... Is sugar beet... I think sugar beet's next month? Sugar beet. No, we actually plant sugar beet this month. Let's come on down to this corner and get this. I will... Yeah, I probably should have done soil sampling after I got done. I'll probably take out... I don't know why there's a... why this corner is not part of a field. Either way, I'll come back around and get soil samples where I need to after creating the bigger field. But yeah, the last season here on East Vineland for us. I think we did pretty well. This is going to be our 8th year? Yeah, year number 8. Our 7th full year, because you start in August. So August to December is your first year. So it's like 7.5 years. And I'll get this little piece over here as well. Soil samples don't cost that much. A couple more samples and we can send them off to be analyzed. I have checked the contracts. I technically took 2, but one disappeared the moment I accepted it, and that was to take care of some weeds. And it was actually paying pretty good. And of course, with the See and Spot weed sprayer, I would hardly use any herbicide on that field whatsoever, but that one disappeared. But I do have a fertilizing contract for about $6,000. So that'll definitely pay for itself. I'm hoping I'm getting the whole area here. I am. Let me send those off to be analyzed. Thank you very much. Actually, I might as well leave that open because we're going to expand the field later on. Let me go ahead and just park this out of the way out. I definitely want to get rid of that little island right there. And, of course, we got to merge the fields together. But Frank Jr. needs some help up in the old sugar beet field. Apparently, he has stopped. I'm guessing it's because he's full of stone. So, we'll have to go sell these stones. Not that big of a deal, and you can keep on continuing there. And then, of course, once he gets done up here, then he'll have to move on down and pick up the stones in the new giant field. I say giant field. I don't know what field's going to be our biggest at this point. I'm not good at looking at the map and really judging the size of a field when they're relatively close. But either way, we got more fields, which means more money. And, yeah, even though we got 20,000 liters of stones here, we're not going to get a whole bunch of cash from this. Maybe like $1,000 or $2,000. I guess it's pretty obvious by now. I do like doing precision farming, but the only thing that kind of gets me a little bit is when you buy a new field halfway, you know, once you get going, one field score can really affect your overall score. And you can't do much about it until harvest season, for the most part. But you know what? We're getting a bonus either way right now, the way the rest of our fields are. Then I just spent $3,300 on soil samples. The money is going down. I needed to go back up. Of course, if I sped up time a little bit, all of our solar panels and everything, we'd be making. We're gonna be making pretty close to like $4,000 an hour now between the solar panels on the sheds, the solar panel field, the wind turbine that we got in the fuel refinery. Maybe I'll get like $1,200 for these stones. Okay, it might be better than that. Oh, okay. It's a lot better than that. So, yeah, about $3,400. That does pretty much pay for the soil sampling. That works, and we're going to get some more. Going to get some more. Although this will probably be for a long time that I do a series with stones on it. Hinterland, we're not doing stones. Solyndra, we're not doing stones. It's an interesting thing brought into the game for sure. It's kind of like when poplars were brought into the game and you harvest poplars for wood chips. It's interesting. It's just that, is it worth your time and the money you put into it? Do you get enough back on the return? All right, we got the TA and, of course, our direct drill. Our seeding direct drill. And there's got to be a field around here I probably need to plant with a cereal crop. Needs rolling. Oh, I haven't plowed this field yet, so I can't start. Okay, kind of forgot about that. While we're here, might as well check on it. Sugar beet, then corn. Well, it's got to be a cereal crop that's got to go in here, I would think. Sugar beet. And then corn. So wheat is a 115 in return. So is barley. Soybean doesn't help us out too much. I mean, I could make that into fuel. What's the recipe in the fuel refinery for soybean? A good amount of diesel, compost, pig food. Yeah, maybe I'll put soybean in here. We won't get straw from it, but that's fine. But I can plant soybean. I should be able to plant soybean with this. Yes, we can. All right, up in this field here. Let's see what we should be planting here. So this was sugar beet and then wheat. Then we gotta go down to wheat. So sugar beet, 0.95. It's a little bit below average. Soybean is breaking even. Corn, we make a little bit on it. Ooh, wow, this field's not in good shape at all. I think soybean again. Soybean is kind of like, I think it's a good crop to reset a field. I can kind of check it on out. So if, even though we're not going to be here next year, what would that actually do on, like if I were to be here another year? Yeah, see, soybean kind of resets it because then sugar beet would back up to 115. So, all right. So we do have a barley field where we get some straw. So we got soybean and soybean. So we can go ahead and start planting soybean in this field here. I did go ahead and bought some seed for this drill. Didn't want to run out all the way through. And I think, soybean not in March. Ugh. Okay. I guess I'm not planting anything today at this point then. All right. I'll leave the drill here then because I think... Yeah, the other one, that field's corn, soybean, sugar beet. And that just leaves, I have not checked. Fallow and then sugar beet. Well, this should be a pretty much, I don't want to say anything in this field, but... And then, of course, no, we'll leave it like that. And so let's see here. Yeah, sugar beet again, not great, 0.75. Potatoes, soybean 105, sunflower. Corn again would be pretty good. We can always sell cracked corn. Wheat and barley. You know what? I think we'll go ahead and put wheat in this field. That way we'll get more flour out of it. So, you are not done, sir. Let's get you on over there and start planting some wheat. I do know that field needs lime, but we can get the lime down after we plant. As long as the crop has not grown yet, we are fine. And I'm guessing that was Francesca and the John Deere is done plowing that field, so we'll have to go over there and start merging all that together. But that's after we get someone planting wheat in this field over here. Yeah, so finally three full-size tractors on the farm is paying off this month at least. Okay, let's go to workers. We are over here. And okay, you're already registered for that field. That's good. It must be in the field. That's why it's registering. And 2 headlands I think would be fine. And then get to work. So, of course, nitrogen will take care of, and pH value will take care of once everyone's out of this field. Crop rotation, 115%. Right now, expected yields only at 97% with a potential up to 125. So once we get the lime and nitrogen down, this should be a very, very good yield. Let's go on down to the new 6R John Deere. No, that's the 710 John Deere, the 6R. There we go. Got to go ahead and get the corners because that way the stones will come on up. All right, let's activate allow to create fields. And try to go from this corner on over to this corner like this. And good, the class Arion's done picking up stones. We can get them over here and start picking them up as soon as we finish this. And then, of course, once we get the stones picked up, we can go ahead and probably put down lime in this field as well. And then get some sugar beet into it. Of course, I'll have to get a couple of soil samples here and there. I am going to leave these trees over here. I just want to make everything square. Of course, by doing this now, when I go set the worker on picking up stones with course play, this will be all considered one field, so they'll probably be working over there. So I may actually do this off camera, go around, pick up stones. It'll take me a little bit, but that's okay. That way we can be planting sugar beet next episode, spreading some lime and fertilizer down. I don't think we have any months. Maybe May. I think May, I may get a little bit of cash by selling wool. We do have some sheep that are making wool. I think May is the time for that. But really, probably won't be making any significant cash until June, July, if I want to do a couple of harvesting contracts. And this year, I'm hoping not to do hardly any other than unless I really need the cash. Now, let me come over here and check this corner. Normally I wouldn't care about these little parts right here, but in order for me to get the stones in the area, I do have to plow everything. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if there's a collectible somewhere in here. I think I've only picked up like 5 of the collectibles. I know where there's, off the top of my head, maybe a dozen collectibles. I just left them there. There is one over by the grass fields that we still do contracts on. Every once in a while, my course play workers get stuck on them. Alright, that is done. Let me make sure I turn off create fields. Now we need to go over here because I kind of forgot this field over here needs to be plowed. So I'll probably get this on a worker later on. That was corn in that field. So we'll take care of that when I'm picking up stones. Let me run back over to the John Deere. And bring this on up here. So we just got to grab maybe like a handful of samples here. And then we'll send them off to the lab to be analyzed. And yeah, we've spent a lot of cash today. Bought ourselves a shed. This beautiful field right here. And of course a 6R John Deere tractor. So the other things I want to buy is a windrower for our grass field and an animal trailer for the Mack truck so I can transport more pigs. I do want to sell some pigs today, so we'll probably just have to use the smaller trailer that only holds like 16 pigs. But I think we got way too many pigs. That's why we're going through the pig food. So I'm hoping I got a good amount after going through winter that are worth $1,200. $1,200 seems to be the max price we get for pigs. Really didn't need to get this small soil sample up through here, but we're not strapped for cash, even though we're low on cash. And it's nice to be using the 710 John Deere because it was the first piece of equipment that we bought. And used it for about one episode, and we did a lot of fertilizing contracts. We had enough money to buy the Class Arion, which was like at 50% off. I think we got that for like $40,000. Send those off to be analyzed. Let me put this away before I accidentally take a soil sample and then have to send that in because it overwrites any soil samples that you had. I could expand this field more over here, but I think what I'm going to do is just leave it as is. Of course, I say that now, but now I'm looking at it. I may square that off a little bit better than that. We'll see. Meaning I'll get it done in between episodes if I need to. I want to come on down. Why can't I? Thank you. Where do we go for the pigs? I think right here. We have a full pen. No wonder why they're going through the pig food. So we're looking for pigs worth $1,200. And I don't have any pigs that are worth $1,200? Are you telling me all these pigs are young pigs? Oh, they're probably not worth that much because their health is at 10%. All right, so I got to wait for the health to get up through the day. But yeah, they're going to go through that pig food rather quickly. No sense to look at the stats. It's going to be what it is. Kind of interesting here in this field here that we just bought with the barley into it. That it doesn't need rolling in this certain part of the field. I don't do rolling, so kind of interesting on that. Of course, it's got stones in here, but nothing we can do about that. The pH value, can't do anything about that. And actually, the crop rotation is perfect, and the nitrogen is okay. It does say it's bad in some areas. So, yep. But a whole lot of more work to do here in the month of March. We're getting a good start on it. We spent all the money that we could spend. And, of course, now we got a nice little shed back here for all of our tankers. It cleans up the yard. Yeah, we'll get to working on the yard sooner rather than later, meaning once we get our fields kind of situated here in the springtime. We'll start making more gravel roads up here. Maybe put down some trees, some lights. But when we do lights, we got to do that at nighttime. I tried doing that in no man's land during the day, put down lights. And you think, oh, that's a good spot for it. But putting lights down at nighttime is so much better. You can see where you need them and don't need them. And, yeah, I got a little bit of an idea of what I want to do in the center here. We got like a big open space, but yeah, I think I got a couple of thoughts and ideas. But like always, you don't know until you start doing it. We'll see how it looks. But yeah, I think we're done with sheds. The farm is pretty much built. It's just a matter of decorating it now. But fields come first. And oh yeah, I do got a contract to do. I'll show you the contracts. I'll probably collect on it when I get it done. Field 73, which is not far, for $6,400. So that should be good. If other fertilizing contracts come up, I may do those just to get paid. Because I would like maybe $20,000 bank account for the amount of seed and fertilizer I'm going to be using. And lime. So yeah, we'll see what we get done. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in East Vineland. But until then, have a good one.